The year's 2477. Humanity, having long since left a scorched earth behind, sent out its great arcships, generation after generation, to seed the galaxy. My ship, the Stargazer, was one of them. We were explorers, cartographers of the cosmos, tasked with finding new homes for our species. Our destination was Kepler 186 Ephi, a planet believed to be a near-perfect analog of our lost home. After a journey that spanned centuries, we arrived. What we found was beyond our wildest dreams and our most terrifying nightmares. The planet, which we named Ethel, was a paradise. Lush jungles teemed with life, oceans shimmered under a gentle red sun, and the air was sweet and breathable. But as our survey teams descended, they found something impossible. Ruins, not of some long-dead alien race, but of us. Human settlements, ancient and overgrown, dating back thousands of years. It was a ghost colony, a lost seed ship that must have arrived long before official records began. We were not the first, but the colonists weren't all gone. As we explored deeper into the verdant jungles, we found Tim. They called themselves the Saurians. Teweri, tall graceful beings with skin that shimmered with reptilian scales and hues of emerald and obsidian. Their eyes were large and golden, with slitted pupils, and from their backs, elegant, feathered tails swayed with a quiet power. They were part human, part something else. Something prehistoric. Their leader, a matriarch named Zelia, greeted us not with hostility, but with a cautious curiosity. She explained that their ancestors, the original human colonists, had found Ethel already inhabited by creatures we knew only from Earth's fossil record, dinosaurs. To survive, to adapt, they had done the unthinkable. They had merged their DNA with the dominant life forms of the planet. Over millennia, they became a new species, a perfect fusion of human intellect and reptilian resilience. I was the Stargazer's lead xenobiologist, Dr. Arist. My fascination with the Saurians was immediate and all-consuming. I was granted permission to live among them, to study their unique biology and culture. That's when I met Kale. He was a hunter, strong and swift. His skin a mosaic of deep jade scales. But it was his mind, his curiosity, that drew me in. He wanted to know everything about the stars, about the old Earth, about the pure-strain humans who had just arrived. We spent our days trekking through jungles filled with creatures that should have been extinct for 65 million years. We spent our nights under the alien sky, sharing stories. I told him of skyscrapers and symphonies. He told me of the great hunt and the songs of the ancestors. A bond formed between us, deeper than mere scientific interest. It was a connection that transcended species, a dangerous, thrilling affection that I knew could jeopardize my mission and my life. Love, I realized with a jolt, was a language even. Genetics couldn't rewrite. The Saurian society was a complex matriarchy, built on tradition and survival. They saw us, the new humans, as fragile, weak, an echo of their own past. Zelia, the matriarch, was particularly wary. She saw the growing bond between me and Kale, and it worried her. One evening, she summoned me to the great tree, the heart of their village. "You are a curiosity, Thorn," she said, her voice a low, resonant hum. "But your people are a threat. You are what we once were. You carry the seeds of self-destruction that forced us from our first home. We have found balance here. We will not let you shatter it." Her words were a cold premonition, but I was too lost in my feelings for Kale to fully grasp the danger. He showed me their most sacred place, a cavern deep beneath the great tree. The walls were covered in bioluminescent fungi, casting an ethereal glow on a vast chamber. In the center, nestled in incubator-like pods, were their young Saurian children. But there was something else. Zelia was there, overseeing a group of their gen. On a display, I saw a familiar double helix, human DNA. My DNA. They had been collecting genetic samples from me and my crewmates since we arrived. Kale looked at me, his golden eyes filled with a conflict I couldn't decipher. "We must evolve," he whispered. "Survive." survive, I finally understood. They weren't just living in isolation, they were planning. Their goal wasn't coexistence, it was replacement. They were using our fresh genetic material to create a new generation of hybrids, stronger and more adaptable than ever before. This new generation, Te Beliebed, would be capable of not just surviving on Ethel, but of returning to the stars to reclaim a galaxy they saw as their birthright. They didn't want to live alongside humanity. They wanted to become the next humanity. Kale's love for me was real. I believed that. But his loyalty was to his people, to their future. He had brought me to the cavern to show me the truth, perhaps as a warning, or perhaps as an invitation. Was he asking me to join them, to willingly contribute to the end of my own species? Or was he giving me a chance to escape, to warn the stargazer? Suddenly, alarms blared through the village. My crew had noticed my prolonged absence, and had sent a security team. Saurian warriors, armed with razor-sharp obsidian claws and spears, swarmed from the jungle canopy. They moved with a terrifying, predatory graze. The conflict Xylia had feared was now upon us. Kale grabbed my arm, his grip like steel. "You must choose, Eris," he hissed, his voice torn with anguish. "Them or us. There is no other way." He pulled me toward a hidden exit, away from the sounds of battle. My heart hammered against my ribs. Choosing him meant betraying everyone I'd ever known. Choosing my people meant declaring war on the man I loved, and condemning his entire species to a fight they might not win. He looked at me, his slitted pupils wide with desperation. "My mother, she will not stop. They see you as a resource. The future of our people depends on what they can take from you. But, ici, you." The sounds of plasma fire and primal roars grew closer. I had seconds to decide. Was my love for Kale strong enough to forsake my own kind? Or was my duty to humanity greater than the pull of my own heart? Standing there, in a glowing cave on a lost planet, I had to make a choice that would determine the fate of two species. And I knew, no matter what I chose, I was about to lose everything. What would you have done in my place? What choice would you have made? The story of the Stargazer and the Saurians is far from over. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey today. If you're as curious as I am about what happens next, and you want to explore more strange new worlds and impossible choices, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. We have so many more stories to tell. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.